Good morning. I wanted to share something about negotiating to win because buying and selling a property, when both buyer and seller are pretty much they are ready to move to make the transaction, then the discussion of price comes in. And because I do this on a daily basis, right? I mean, we are buying and selling, transacting for people, and we negotiate a lot. So sometimes we're in the middle of negotiation, sometimes we are helping the negotiation, sometimes we are pushing, sometimes we are pulling to make sure that everybody's happy. So it is an art and a science. I just wanted to share with you an interesting experience. Last night I sat with the buyer and seller, so we were trying to make a deal. So the quantum was very high. It was $10 million for a couple of commercial units. And as you probably know, so there were no lawyers, no other brokers, no other real estate agents, just me, the buyer and the seller. We sat down, had a coffee, and then we were trying to make the deal. So of course, the buyer, right, wants the lowest possible price, and the seller, right, wants the highest possible price. So I just started to notice something, and I can tell you both of my clients here were very experienced in property negotiations. So they are not easy, they are very tough negotiators. So we had a long chat, 3 hours, we were talking about family, this, that. Then when it came to asking for the price, the buyer signaled me, hey, so I said, okay. So I tell the seller, I said, yeah, okay, buyer X is willing to buy at X dollars. I said it was around $12 million. So I said, we are looking at about $12 million, seller. And then the seller pulled back, and then he said, no, based on the current rental yields and all that, I already had an offer at 12, and I'm actually looking at 14. Anyway, to cut the long story short, we didn't close the deal. It's still hanging. One of them has to give way. But what I realized was this: if you are going to buy a house and you like the house, right, and I'm going to make an offer, you will not know the response from the seller until you make an offer. So, and you don't want to offer too high, right? I mean, obviously you want to buy low. So is it okay to offer a bit lower and a price that you think, okay, this price I will pay, I will buy? I think it's good. To make the negotiation go forward, you should make an offer that you are comfortable with, and of course you might have to bring it up so you know how to play the game. So making an offer is really important. On the seller side, right, remember, if the seller is someone who is saying, I don't want to give a number because I'm not sure, maybe I can get higher, right? You cannot get a response from this seller until you make an offer. So to get the balls, start rolling, right, somebody has to move first. So you can always ask the seller, at what price are you willing to let the house go? But remember, not all sellers are the same. Some sellers will tell you truthfully, okay, this is my floor, and this is the number I want. Generally, I don't see that very often. Most of the time, the seller says, yeah, my asking price is this, and that's what I want. You make an offer and see what happens. So the buyer has to make an offer. So remember, if you are in a situation where you are kind of stuck, like seller don't want to give a number, and it's not moving forward. So last night the decision, after the discussion, and the buyer didn't give an offer, and the seller also didn't give a lower number. So when we came out, I pulled the buyer aside and I said, okay, in this situation, from my experience, right, this is what you must do. You must make a sincere offer first, and then test the water. Because when you make a sincere offer, and in commercial situations, sincere offer means you give a check, 1% check for whatever the value that you want to buy it, and then see the response. Because that check in the hand of the seller can make him decide, or also can make him come to what is his floor. Right. So just wanted to share with you, if you're gonna go in and buy or sell your property, and you're gonna have a conversation about negotiating a price, it is both an art and a science, but things must move. So I'm a solution provider. I basically give you the solution. Throw something that will test the water and then move forward.